These are the 20 dirtiest moments in NBA history.
Hold on!
Steph Curry been ejected?
And at number 20, Tristan Thompson makes all the girls jealous.
Oh, Crowder and Tristan Thompson continue to jaw.
Yeah, wait a minute. He threw Tristan out of the game?
Wait, dude really slapped another man's ass? But that has nothing on number 19, where Draymond Green, Josh Hart, literally kicked another man's head off.
Well, he is playing big right now. A strip of Hart, and it is a foul. It looked like he had been bumped.
Does bro think he's Bruce Lee? But at least the Zebras got the call right.
After review, the foul's been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 2, resulting in the ejection of Josh Hart. There was excessive foot-to-head contact that resulted in his ejection.
Excessive foot-to-head contact? That's crazy. But number 18 was more than crazy. Keep a close eye on Bobby Portis here.
Look at this pass to KCP. Oh, look out. Whoa. Look out. And he was in midair and about to throw it down.
I mean, there ain't no way that's not an ejection. Even Portis knew it.
They kicked him out of flagrant 2.
Yep.
Now for number 17, one player went after another's manhood.
He gets his second 3. A little side step in here. With a move by Brooks. It was deflected. It's loose. Hold on.
This has kind of been brewing on all game. They had words earlier in the first quarter.
Yikes. Imagine starting a fight and then getting tossed around. But Brooks is just getting started. Because at number 16, Dylan Brooks had enough of LeBron and his offspring. So he tried to put an end to it.
That looks like a direct shot.
There it is right there with the left arm.
This will be fascinating.
That the contact by Brooks to James is unnecessary and excessive. He has been issued a flagrant foul penalty 2 and has been ejected from the game.
Dang, I think we just lost one of Bronny's future teammates. But players aren't the only ones being dirty, because what this ref did at number 15 was just wild.
Neesmith is going to say good defense, got a hand up, but J.J. Redick has just been tossed. It looked like Redick tried to throw the ball to him.
What the hell? He literally just passed the ball. That's wild. But at number 14, we got to talk about this referee. Because he ejected not 1, not 2, but 3 players in 7 seconds.
So the Pels fall, and I said that it's not been a good matchup. They have now taken...
He just threw Herb out.
Right, 10 of the last 12. Right. So Herb's gone. And Trey Murphy's gone.
Somebody else just got thrown out. Dyson just got thrown out. 3 of the quietest guys on the Pelicans team just got thrown out.
But number 13 is something I never thought I'd see. Because all Giannis did was stare down Isaiah Stewart before getting ejected.
Giannis' third block, he's going to take it. Oh, hey! A hammer like nobody has. And if they called a technical foul on Giannis, that's his second. And he would be gone for the game.
And he seems unapologetic about it. He's saying he's out. He's gone.
He's going to sit down in the front row and watch.
I think he really went to him and said, what did I do? He just dunked it.
What did he do?
Look, that's gotta be the weakest call I've ever seen. But number 12 got it beat. Because back in 2014, the Kings were so bad, the refs had no decision but to save their ass. Because with 28 seconds left on the clock, the Kings were up by 6. That's when Big Booty Lowry put up with the biggest shot of the game.
5-second game clock shot clock. Lowry! An offensive foul called against Kyle Lowry. A technical foul called on Kyle Lowry. He's out of the game.
Wow. Hold up. Calling an offensive foul is already crazy enough, but then ejecting him? That's ridiculous. But at number 11, one fan almost got banned for life. It was the 2019 NBA Finals, and the Warriors were on cloud 9. After KD shocked everyone by joining Golden State, the Warriors won back-to-back championships. And now, they had a chance to three-peat. But in Game 3, the Raptors had full control and a chance to take a 2-1 lead. That's when Kyle Lowry collided with a hostile fan. Only this wasn't any fan. This was Warriors minority owner Mark Stevens. And he straight up told my man to go F himself. Like, come on, why you gotta do Big Booty Lowry like that? So the league had to get involved and eject him from the game immediately. And once Adam Silver caught wind, he suspended Stevens for a whole season and fined him $500,000. Man, I didn't know it was possible to hate Kyle Lowry like that. But all right, we've entered the 10 wildest ejections in NBA history. So let's take this to a whole new level. But before all that, one player was ejected without saying a single word. See, in 2000, the Trailblazers had to go against two monsters, Kobe Bryant and Shaq. These dogs fought their way to a Game 7, a trip to the NBA Finals on the line. But the Trailblazers had themselves one small problem: Rasheed Wallace. Bro once got so mad that he even waited for a referee in the parking lot.
He just came at me and wanted to fight me, and if it wasn't for about 3 security guards and Brevin Knight pulling him back, he probably would have got to me.
But once the other refs found out, they knew this man's mouth was trouble, and it would only be a matter of time until his temper would get him in trouble on the game's biggest stage.
Timeout LA. Whack! Get out!
He didn't say nothing.
Get away from me, Steve.
He didn't say nothing.
Get away from me, Steve.
Can I talk to you?
He didn't say a word. Technical foul, Wallace. He's gone. No, not right. I asked him 3 times to stop staring at me to try to intimidate me. I'm done. He's gone. I asked him, I told him. I have already told Mike twice before to have him stop staring and try to intimidate me. He did it again. He's gone.
Damn, the Zebra wasn't having any of it. But what's even more savage is when fans got a taste of the King's nuts. See, LeBron was squaring off against the Pacers, and my man went crazy.
LeBron about to get into his action. Launches a 3. Got it! The King! The King from distance!
Yo, this man just shoved his elephant nuts in their face. And these fans felt so disrespected that they had to clap back.
What is LeBron looking for?
Somebody is. We got a fan that's got a little unruly, and LeBron is pointing it out to the officials. And what they're going to do is they're going to put them out. I don't know. Clearly, I wouldn't know what they said. They're on the other side of the court, but they're putting them out.
Yet, once I heard LeBron's side of the story, everything changed. Because one fan muttered the sentence that no father ever wants to hear: "I hope Bronny dies in a car wreck." And once LeBron heard this, his parental instincts kicked in and he had to intervene. But the Grizzlies always know how to get under people's skin, and they had the Warriors right where they wanted. They were still down 2, yet they had Steph on the verge of ending it all.
Misses the runner. DiVincenzo, what a play. Poole. In and out. And a whistle. Has Steph Curry been ejected? Wow. Steph Curry has been ejected.
But Jordan Poole wasn't playing around, so he had to avenge Steph's ejection.
DiVincenzo looking. Poole laid it in.
He laid it in with a second left.
Man, that's cold. But the real reason Poole made the shot was so he could do this.
He sees Steph and he throws the mouthpiece away like, yo.
Nobody knows a good time like Jordan Poole, but if anyone knows how to ruin the vibes, it's Scott Foster, because this ref refuses to let Chris Paul win. He's got Chris Paul so frustrated that he's willing to pay all the fines.
11 games in a row. 11 games in a row.
Man, if I lost 11 games because of a single ref, I'd be pissed too. But in 2021, the stakes were at an all-time high. Chris Paul had led the Suns to the NBA Finals, but just when the Suns needed to win the most, guess who shows up?
This was before the game. An interesting long discussion. Scott Foster and Chris Paul.
Spoiler alert, CP3 lost again. And this time, it cost him a championship. And to date, this man is 3-17 against Scott Foster in the postseason. This was starting to feel personal. And this season, CP3 finally got his chance to return the favor.
And now a technical foul. Scott Foster had enough. He had enough after a lengthy conversation. Don't know if Chris Paul had said something different. And maybe he's going to get tossed. There it is. Scott Foster says goodbye. And now Steph Curry grabs Chris Paul to hold him back from going back at Scott Foster.
Deep down, you know CP3's been waiting for years for that. And you better believe Chris Paul feels no remorse.
It's personal. Yeah, we had a situation some years ago, and it's personal. The league know, everybody know, it's been a meeting and all that, and it's just a situation with my son, and so it's.
Rumor has it, these comments were said because of a beef between Scott Foster and his son. It's gone so far that now only Steve Harvey can end their family feud. Yet LeBron and Ime Udoka's relationship is making waves for a completely different reason. Long before Udoka became the head coach of the Houston Rockets, and long before he got into coaching, this man was a LeBron wannabe. In fact, some would call him the unchosen one. That's because LeBron and Udoka played their first NBA season in 2003. Only LeBron had just graduated, whereas Udoka was 26 years old and had just spent a whole year in the D-League. So deep down, Udoka was jealous. He wanted to have half the talent as LeBron, but instead, he ended up coaching. And now, Udoka has to experience losing to LeBron all over again. That's when he told LeBron how he really felt. How's my man gonna call LeBron a crybaby when he can't even keep it in his pants? That's the ultimate power trip, which brings us from the game's strictest ref to the game's biggest hothead. From stomping on players to punching teammates and kicking Jason Momoa in the balls, you have to wonder how far my man Draymond is willing to go. But this season, Green took it to another level. And it all took off once Klay Thompson and Jaden McDaniels started chirping, because Draymond Green saw it as an opportunity to cross the line.
Step back three. And so we're scoreless. We'll stay 0-0 the first 2 minutes. And then look at Klay Thompson and McDaniels. What is going on with that? Wow. You've got a full-on fracas going on. Draymond came in to defend Klay. This got out of hand very quickly.
What the hell? Why is Rudy Gobert in a chokehold? He owes this man an apology ASAP.
I don't live my life with regrets. Like I said before, I'll come to a teammate's defense anytime that I'm in a position to come to a teammate's defense. That's what a team is. You stick together through the good and the bad. And I take that to heart.
Not only did he not apologize, bro just doubled down. And the NBA was about to step in before they realized this man was a 4-time champion. However, what Draymond did next left them no choice.
And now Green runs over Nurkic, and he'll be called for the foul, and they're going to take a look at this. Oh, man.
Well, that's going to be a flagrant.
Yep.
Unnecessary and excessive contact to the face. The foul has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 2, and Green has been ejected from the game.
Seriously, bro, this dude needed help. So much so, the league forced him into therapy. But even when he came back, Nurkic wasn't believing the hype.
I mean, it's sad. He didn't learn anything, man. It's just a matter of time. You're going to knock somebody else again. So take everything back what I said. You don't deserve a chance.
Only in 2004, I think the refs hated the Lakers more. See, there are a few, if any, players as explosive as the Big Diesel. The dude broke the backboard not once, but twice. And yet his most costly dunk was just another dunk. Come on, man. Shaq eats those dunks for breakfast. But I guess the ref forgot to eat lunch. And that's when Shaq nearly lost it.
And he's gone. He's gone.
He's out of here. He's out of here. So Shaq's out of here. That basket will not count.
Had he thrown hands, the consequences would have been a lot worse. Meanwhile, few players are well liked as Vince Carter. This dude played 22 seasons in 4 different decades, meaning that he's pretty much the NBA's daddy. So you already know, bro's got those connections. This included former Raptors teammate Morris Peterson. Heck, the two were practically brothers. So when the two went head to head, Carter had to show him some brotherly love.
That's that.
And my boy Mo P had to clap back, right?
Vince Carter they were just fooling around there. Wow.
Yep.
He just got tossed.
Yes, he did.
He would not stop talking to Steve Javie.
Yo, that's absurd. Mo P said hello, and the ref saw it as retaliation. But that doesn't even compare to one ref retaliating toward Tim Duncan. See, Joey Crawford is truly one of a kind. From fouling players to emoting on the Lakers, and even ejecting mop boys. It's clear this dude has no boundaries. I mean, look at this dude. He straight up trucked another man.
And contact made. Joe Crawford indicating the foul on Billups. Let's take a look. The outlet pass a little bit too far ahead of Joe, and a little bump right there from Billups.
And then Crawford has the audacity to pretend like the other team did it. Man, I'm convinced this guy pretty much can get away with everything. However, on April 15, 2007, the NBA finally had to intervene. It was evident that Crawford woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So when players started complaining, he got pissed.
Popovich doesn't like that one either. And another technical foul. And this is when Duncan's out of the game. He's thrown Duncan out of the game. That's the second technical, which is an automatic ejection. As we've been showing you, Duncan's been laughing. Maybe Crawford felt he was showing him up by constantly laughing.
Seriously, this man needs a Snickers. But that was only the beginning. See, Crawford wasn't just content kicking Duncan out the game. He was ready to throw. After the ejection, he asked Duncan, "Do you want to fight?" Not gonna lie, bro needs help, and the NBA must have thought so too. So David Stern stepped in and gave Crawford an indefinite suspension, along with a $100K fine. But Stern also knew this man was struggling, so he made Crawford go to therapy for a whole year. But that's still nothing compared to the wildest ejection in NBA history. Laying on the scorer's table, beer thrown at players, fans flooding the courts. This one had it all, and it all started in the 2004 playoffs. See, fans knew the Eastern Conference had the two best teams, the Detroit Pistons and the Indiana Pacers. So when the two teams faced off in the conference finals, fans knew this series will ultimately crown the NBA champion. And as expected, this series did not disappoint. However, in Game 6, one team started to prevail.
And for the first time in 14 years, the Pistons go to the NBA Finals. They're the 2004 Eastern Conference champions.
And this loss was especially devastating to the Pacers. So much so, the players almost quit.
After you guys end up losing to the Pistons, right? And at that moment, you didn't take the loss well. It was kind of a gut punch. You were contemplating retirement at that moment.
And it only got worse as the Pacers watched on the sideline what could have been there.
The Detroit Pistons have just shocked the Los Angeles Lakers.
That right there set the Pacers off, and they made a promise to themselves that if they ever played the Pistons again, things would be different. Sure enough, on November 19th, 2004, that opportunity was granted. See, the Pacers were up 97-82, but even with the game in the bag, Ron Artest wasn't about to let up.
He was going for a layup, and I didn't want to get the layup, so I pushed him.
Only Ben Wallace didn't appreciate this, so he shoved Artest in the back, and that's all it took to start complete pandemonium.
This has potential to be serious if they don't get between. Wallace upset. Players trying to hold each other off. You need the coaches in there to get them away.
Ben Wallace didn't realize it at the time, but tensions were about to ramp up quickly. See, Ron Artest was fuming on the inside, so he laid on the scorer's table to blow off some steam. But he didn't realize this single decision put him in striking distance of the fan.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench.
All of a sudden, Ron Artest was running into the stands swinging punches. He had gone off the rails, and once he did this, all bets were off. Fans started rushing onto the floor. Now everyone was involved. Players were in the stands rescuing their teammates from fights. Fans were on the courts getting into fights with players. Heck, Jermaine O'Neal almost ended a man's life.
Fans are throwing cups with liquid in them now onto the court. Ron Artest has a look in his eye that's very scary.
While it only lasted 5 minutes, fans will never forget this moment. Not only did it turn into pure pandemonium, but fans also named it the Malice at the Palace. But the drama didn't stop after the game. 5 players faced assault charges. 4 players were suspended between 5 to 30 games, and Ron Artest ended up being suspended for the entire season. Combined, players lost over $11 million in salary. Yet it ended up being so much more, because this one incident gave the entire NBA a bad look. But if you want to see NBA players at their best, then check out the video on the screen. Seriously, some of this stuff will blow your mind.